Okay, so we're back in the forbidden library. Printer still works, so that's good. You wouldn't even be here had you not been so damn curious. I only caught a letter from a friend, and then you woke up here, yeah? Nothing you did? I know better. You've searched for the library at home, actively trying to be ensconced by the pool of black knowledge in forgotten places on the internet, in the dusty cabinets of the world. You were looking for something. We both know why. It was all because of that letter. But it isn't just guilt that moves you, is it? It's that hungry feeling, that desperate wish to know all there is beyond the grave wraps its gnarled hands around your legs and pulls. Though mine has been lost to the ages, I can sense your heart beating. In fact, everything in and around the library can. Poor stupid bastard. If you recognized what forces you've caught the attention of, I think you'd go the way the one before you did. Down the deep dark hole that is not allowing me to go down to? Maybe? Like, I would like to go down there, you know, but it does not want to allow me to. This image makes me feel like I miss someone. Okay, I was actually looking at the candle, not the painting, but... Hoogie! Never trust a skeleton. Okay, we looked at all of this, so... Farewell, room. Okay. Oh, I forgot that we had a flashlight. I don't like it at all. Looks like the phases of the moon. Okay. I wonder if that's where we can get the next one. I'm so afraid of missing one of those forbidden knowledge cubes. Oh. Wait. What? Hello, horsey. What is this? Was I not supposed to go in there? This is so cool. Maybe this is where we get the next cube. Hello. Dead tree. Ah, it's the next cube. Yes. So now, first word. There's something. Librarian. Oh, it's all making sense now. There's a secret path in the dark. Done. Now we just need to do room 5's one. This is so cool though. So how... Oh! I didn't even see that! My bad. Okay. Haha. It's a good thing I looked beyond the door, because otherwise I would have missed this. I would have missed it. Okay. So we've got the clock tablet, the fire tablet, snake tablet, bear tablet, and more trash. When adulthood found her, she found herself desiring solitude more and more frequently. Since her youth, her home had sat at the edge of a vast forest, which her family had warned her against exploring. But on the night of the 30th? Was it supposed to say 30th? She went alone to find and explore it. The woods were equal parts dark and foreboding, with thin, sickly adlers creating almost a fence of wood. As she weaved between them, she arrived at a derelict cabin abandoned for years. Naturally, she entered, her curiosity driving her. They said that the marks found on what remained of her body afterward bore wounds as if made by a bear, though few had seen a corpse so thoroughly savaged by an animal. Okay. definitely, the books definitely have something to do with all the tablets. So I think, let me write down the tablets and see. He was 16 when he went driving alone for the first time. His family had kept him from the world, he said, and it was more than high time that he went and learned about what was out there. It was less than an hour before he was lost. He hadn't received his license yet, after all, and there were many winding side streets surrounding the small town he called home. It was on a lightless intersection where he met his fate. A pickup hit his sedan without stopping. As his vehicle spun out and rolled into a ditch, the pickup vanished into the night. His head was pulverized by the steering column, turning it to little more than paste. Damn. Okay, well, we do have a car, though. So, 16 is underlined. So, that might be the car. He was oldest son, perhaps older, and had lived alone for a long time. Over his many years, he had accumulated much wealth, knowledge, fond memories, but nothing to stop the onset of time. As he walked the dark halls of his mansion, as he paced in the dark, as he worried around his time in his study, time continued along, tearing at his flesh, bending his brittle bones. The hands of the clock peeled his organs away from his body, one by one, until his waning strength finally failed him. Oh, I'd love to be able to write like this one day. One day. He was found slumped in his chair, surrounded by books bearing unidentifiable sigils. In the end, even they had not saved him. Do you know, the sad truth is, like, some people that are born after 2000 see people born before 2000 as older sin. Okay, so oldest sin, they mention a clock. Here's a clock, so oldest sin, I'll put there, oldest sin. In her middle age, she had little to do. So middle age, that's about 50. If you count a lifespan of 100 almost. In her middle age, she had little to do, and so gained a fascination with the old radio in her attic. It was a relic from her childhood, and it had never worked properly. As she waned in the seclusion of her home, a desire to see it working again overtook her. Her curiosity matching her seclusive nature in equal parts, she plumbed knowledge in the dark recesses of her attic, building capacitors and vacuum tubes, twisting metal and wires. In the end, the radio sang. It was more than a radio should have been. Flames spouted from speakers, from wires, from the shattered glass tubes. The fire ate up everything it touched. She was reduced to a blackened skeleton. So that's fire. Middle age. He was only a child, left alone for too long, as children are wont to do. As children, I don't know. He went off in the high grassy hills above the apartment complex he called home. The tall grass came almost to his chin, tickling his nose when he stepped forward. That's damn tall grass. The freedom normally kept from him was finally his, and was magical in its way. So deeply enthralled with the hills, the grass, the view of town, was he that he did not think to listen for the rustling of grass. When the snake's fangs sank into his young flesh, they met no resistance. His body was found days later, huddled in a ball. Damn. So that's a new moon, and then it goes to no moon. So then it should go from youngest to oldest. So then we would have snake, car, no, bear, because 30, adulthood would be that. So bear, fire, clock. That sounded gross. The safe contains a lump of blackened flesh. Ew. Come on. It's hard to even be surprised anymore. It's a good thing we went and looked behind that door.
You piqued our curiosity. We read your book, discovered that for a mortal, you're rather unique.
Okay.
In the same way that a human might consider a primate, you almost remind us of ourselves.
Thank you. Thank
Though,
you.
of course, we'd never stoop to your level.
Okay. Am I at least impressing the librarian? Dark comes crashing down. It swallows you whole. Swallows you whole. Oh god, the lights go dim one by one. Wait, is this room... This is still room 4, right? Because that is art, but not art. It's more like a sculpture. Ew. Okay, I can't read the book. Christ, maybe it'd be safer not to move on at all. Well, we could stay here and just kind of like starve to death. How do we... That thing in the safe, I think I recognized it. Okay.
Get out! Get out! Can't you find your way out?
No! I can't! I've tried, dude. I've tried, okay? Thank you. Trash. Where are you? Oh. There we go. It disappeared. Okay. More trash. I'm addicted.
You should find your way out.
Ew. Oh. Couldn't even put my trash away? That's sad. At least they're keeping it ventilated here. Oh, it's a hand. Okay. Book? Oh. Oh, it goes off the page. Help us, please, won't you help us? Why won't you? Damn. Okay. Can we read that book? No. Oh, hello. Please leave me alone. Okay, well, bye. Oh. So gross. Ah. This should be... Oh, thank God. I'm finding back where I entered. Time to get the hell out of here. I don't think so, because remember, there used to be a door here. Hello, old trusty chair. Okay, so now in room 5. Art can be really illuminating. Okay. Do we need to light up art? I can't touch anything in this room. Not even the light. Not even the trash. Only the door. Okay. I need to find the right key. I can't interact with anything. Where would I even find the key? Huh? I'm so confused. Oh. Okay. Fuck. Would this now...
Oh, good. You're finally here. Certainly kept the suspense going. Stay right there. We shall be with you shortly, and once we're there, we'll turn your form into something more palatable. More arms, we think. More legs. The eyes out. Stay right there.
And if I don't, what are you gonna do? Whee! Hi. Okay. Here's a book. If this place were a mind, it would not be pure. The answer to the path ahead is embedded in the column of red flesh. I have a chain. I have a pain in my chest. It's locked. Okay, we need to get in there. Hello? Hi! All-seeing eye. I don't see... Oh, there's another column. What's that? He's a key. Ah! He's a key! I don't see any artwork in here, though. Hello? You wanna play some chess? Or not? Okay. hello? Printer! My trusty old friend. Okay. Cubes. Cameras. Ooh, hello. Let's read here. If this place reminder would not be pure, it seems pure, but there are cracks, memories of others' misdeeds, of evil committed. There are recurring themes in each memory, and one that is alone. The numbers will open your path back. There are recurring themes in each memory, and one that is alone. Okay. I know the telephone's alone. So the recurring theme of this one is the blocks. But would it be all the blocks or just red, blue, or green? Where do we even put this code in? Here's cameras, which is 4. There's one bookshelf one, but this 3. And then a phone, which is 1. Or a cabinet, whichever way you want to look at it. Okay. So we could try all the blocks. So 2, 4, 6, 8. 8, 4. Hello, creepy sir. 8, 4, 2, 1. No. Oh, there's 3 in here. I kept saying 2. So it's 8. Let's try 8, 4, 3, 1. 8, 4, 3. There we go. I'm so stupid of me. You little shit. Like you hadn't done enough already. Now I'm trapped here. Damned to repeat this shit like I'm a goddamn tape recorder. If you had an ounce of remorse, you'd dash your brains out on the nearest wall. He was never much good at forming connections with people, and this time wasn't any different. That woman who'd walked into his life spent a night and a half with him and recognized him for what he was. An empty, half-formed piece of sentient scum. Naturally, he took eons more from their brief tryst than she ever intended. Spent days upon days picking their every second together apart, thinking about what he could have done differently. Not once did he even consider what he should have known in the first place, that there just wasn't anything to him. He wasn't person enough for himself, let alone another. Odd. Ooh. Hello. These look like boobs. Okay, I can't go beyond there. Telephones. Let's see. Don't listen to them if you can help it. You and me, we're birds of a feather, I can tell. Better to pull the covers over your head and cover your ears, in case you hear something you don't wanna. Sit down and let the inevitable wash over you. I'd take this fate to turning into one of those husks. Brr, gives me shivers. But if you're really hell-bent on rappling into the lion's gullet and don't say I didn't warn you, I guess you need all the help you can get. Here's what I have to say. Listen carefully. To the phones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
You just...
Okay, so I take it we gotta listen to them in the correct order. Maybe it's this. So, like, everything is fine.
Fine.
Stop.
Nothing.
Full stop. Nothing can harm you. Full stop.
You
Just stop thinking.
stop thinking.
It's difficult when there's no full stops and you try to put everything together in one sentence. Play dumb all you like, the librarian already knows your body inside and out. He spent all of his time searching and eventually he found his goal. There are places even in the digital world where things not meant for mortal eyes lurk. He caught only the slightest glimpse of one such place and it was enough. The eyes of the librarian were upon him. From that point forward, what happened was destined to happen. And worst of all, he would never find the knowledge he sought. Maybe it's better that way. So can I just leave? Ooh. Ew. I think that final block was part of that. Okay, that's the chess pieces, which we did. 1, the first. Okay. 2, the second. Oh, it's one of these. The way these things wriggle, it's almost as something is invisible, is alive in them. Ew. Ew. Okay. The fourth. Got it. What's this? Cabinet. The third. I'll read you now. Let me guess. The fifth? Okay, 5 tablets. Did I read that? Joy of the recluse, of his 5 fingers he lost 2, only 3 remained. Without the first he would have been an animal, without the second he could no longer condemn. Without his final remaining finger, his hand would look a little strange. Joy of recluse. Okay, I'm sure that's what we're going to need to follow. Yeah, you little bastard, this is what things look like. Here, anyway. I've spent a lot of time in this hellhole, and I'll be willing to bet if you dug up the floorboards anywhere, this is what you'd find. Eyes, pulsating flesh, red guts, blood. That's what I think. I think this is all there is. A place like this without cease couldn't exist on its own. An empty nothingness. No, if it's going to make up all this space, if it's going to contain so much knowledge, is it so far-fetched that something might have changed in its makeup? That it might have come alive? Forget it. I can see you already have your own beliefs. Well, maybe you're right, maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't goddamn matter. This room is a trap. Must be. Those tables with the notes weren't here until earlier. Can't say when, but I think they came for you. Serves you right. I know you're kind. But if it'll help you get the hell out of my room, well, it's a test too. Christ, I can still see your slack-jawed expression. Fine. I will give you not 1, but 2 whole hints. Even a damn fool like you should be able to use them. 1, the librarian would like to give you a hand. 2, the flesh in that safe does not operate like its predecessor. The librarian would like to give you a hand. I don't see no hand. Okay, so I had to look that one up because I don't know, it just, I don't even know how 1, 2, and 5, how they got to that conclusion, unless I'm just missing something majorly obvious. I know more than the others, but I won't tell you. He spent too much time alone thinking, and that accelerated his downfall. A terrible thing befell that woman he claimed to have loved. It consumed him. Consumed his every waking moment, whether or not he had been loved back. The depression lost him his job and his home, turning a sad wreck of a human being into a sadder, hollower thing. His focus, his obsession never strayed. She was gone from his life, and as far as he was concerned, that was all that mattered. Even when a family member took him in and sheltered him, he all but ignored them. So enwrapped with himself was he. Okay. I don't understand how they got to that. Excuse me. Okay. There's black trash. I want to pick up the trash. Stairs. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 doop. Okay. Hello. There we go. Well, isn't this place a wreck? If I lived some places as disorganized as here, I think it'd just be a matter of time before I was swallowed up by all the trash. There goes the book. I like the staircases, though. They're a nice touch. You're probably wondering what needs to be done here. I think deep down you already know. Since you're so inclined to play dumb, though, I'll give you a hint. It would be a lot easier to get around here if you could organize everything somehow. Organize what? What's this? Oh, that's what we picked up. Huh. I knew you'd come. I did not plan doing those rooms in such a perfect order to get all of that first before this room, I promise you. I just followed. I knew you'd come. Very well, I'll speak. He was always inclined towards solitude, not that he had any choice in the matter. In fact, if he had, perhaps solitude would not have been his lot. But he was terrible with words, worse with speaking. It wasn't so much a matter of laughter at his expense. He was merely a curiosity. An ingrown strange thing, vaguely uncomfortable, but otherwise without note. There was one exception to his lonely existence. As he aged, he found himself in the position of an archivist, surrounded only by dust, dead things, dead words. Though he had grown used to the solitude, he hated it with a burning, quiet passion. Thus, when a graduate student about his age came to plumb the dry and dead things, he forced himself to strike up a conversation with her. To his delight, she returned his words, and for the first time in ages, he felt his heart beat a little faster. Are we learning about the librarian? It feels like it's kind of just giving us like inside information to him. We didn't. I think this is the final. We didn't find all the hidden cubes. We need to enter such a long phrase. And then this is the other ending. Okay, well, let's do this one first, and then I'll see if I can find because I don't know what we were supposed to do to find that other cube. We were doing so well! He was aware enough to be jealous, though she rebuked his advances, though she suggested the two of them never see each other again. It was of course not enough for him. He would come by daily, nightly. When she locked the door, he would continue to bang on it. When she called the police, he still found ways to watch from afar. Until one night, that is, when he watched an unknown foreign shape enter her abode. Though he could only barely make the silhouette out, he could tell it was a man, and that was enough to send him into a rage. The authorities arrived too late on scene to save anyone, though the fire was contained. The victims died of smoke inhalation. Somehow they hadn't been able to open the front door. The screwdriver keeping it jammed was no longer at the scene of the crime, of course. When I next opened my eyes, I found myself on an empty road in a desolate place. There was a faint, ephemeral quality to everything. It didn't fill me with confidence. In the back of my head, I felt a thought burn like a fallen ember from the end of a cigarette. Was I free, or was I still trapped within the library's vast expanse? And how could I tell, even if I arrived home and everything was as it had been? How could I know if the librarian's voice wouldn't just be on the other side of every door, of every window, forever? I guess it doesn't matter either way. At the end of everything, I never found out what I'd come to the library to gain. Except for the fact that possibly the librarian killed everyone. For the rest of my life, I think I'll find myself wondering just what it was that I missed. The fifth room's blocked! That's what we've missed! The last forbidden knowledge! Perhaps the failure was a blessing, empty as I found myself left. Perhaps there was something even worse waiting for me if I'd only looked a little deeper. Is that our tombstone? Did we never return? I can't move. But I doubt it. Nice. Okay, I do want to find the phrase to the door, so we can get the other ending. I can't believe we missed the final forbidden knowledge block. I would have been able to finally open the door on my own. In the end, I had to look up the alternate ending so that we can see what that one holds. So I found Game Tales that has done the alternate ending. So let's have a look. Okay.
We must say we feared you wouldn't succeed, but you certainly have performed our wildest expectations. Not only did you respond to the strangeness of your surroundings with calm composure, but you also looked deeper into the abyss and from it dragged out that which so many others have failed to find. We will grant you the knowledge you seek, and what's more, you will join our ranks. Gone will be the petty guilt that has dogged you for so long. Gone will be the drooping flesh, the failing senses, the rotting brain. Now, you will join a coven that will give you true purpose. We should say, this is not a request, not an offer. You will join our ranks. You will become immortal. You will give up your petty humanity. And you will remain here eternally. Now, we think it's time to welcome you to the library's true depths.
Alright, so that ending also doesn't really explain much. All that it does explain is that we unlock everything with the librarian. We officially become a librarian with all the others. But we still don't get to see the full extent of the library. So I guess what you kind of also need to just let your imagination run wild, like of how people get to the library and what it all involves. So obviously you've actively, by the looks of it, you've got to actively search out all the forbidden knowledge in this library itself, and no matter where you are in the world, you will end up, it will reach out to you, and it will stand out by some building or whatever the case may be, seeing that there's been so many reports of it appearing in New York, England, Germany, and then you get put on trial because the forbidden knowledge is not going to be accessed by anybody, and then you get put on trial by the librarian or the librarians, we could say, and then all the books that you come across and that you read is of other people that got trapped in the library and never actually unlocked the potential, if that makes sense. So those little snippets of stories and things that we read were just all people that were that passed through the library and never passed the tests set by the librarian. And I think then the first ending is basically, okay, we didn't pass the tests, and then it tells us our story, the book that we read, that we come across a woman, we fall in love with her, she leaves, then we end up finding someone else, we find another woman that we are attracted to, but then she denies our advances, and so we kind of just become a creepy ass stalker. She finds someone else, we get jealous, we set her whole place on fire with them and ourselves in it, to my understanding, I think. And then if we go through the other door with the secret phrase of I demand to know all, we then pass the librarian's tests, we join their weird ass freaking cult of this dark ass library, and we have access to any and all forbidden knowledge out there, which we don't actually know what it is, but I mean, I'm sure we could let our imaginations run wild there. So we officially give up our life and become a librarian as well. And then I guess just sit around and wait for others to find the place and test them too. I guess. That's my understanding of the game. If you guys have your own understanding, let me know. Or, you know, we each end up coming to our own conclusions from the knowledge we're given. So it'll be interesting to know what else could maybe be derived from the game that I maybe missed or am misunderstanding. But yeah, that is A Place Forbidden. I definitely enjoyed it. The puzzles were fun and engaging. They weren't like over the top difficult. They were quite easy to decipher once you really just... Okay, except for that one room. That one room I didn't fully understand, that one room. But the rest were quite fun to do. I really enjoyed it. And even though it was like a very low res horror game, it brings you back to PS1 days, which is fun. So it didn't need to have like this high-end graphics. It still made the game really good. So I enjoyed it. And if you guys did, don't forget to hit the like button below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to tag along with anything on my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!